Hi, and welcome to an introduction to your Packard Bell computer and the Navigator computing environment. Now here are some pointers for moving through the tutorials. To move ahead in the tutorial, just click on the forward arrow. To go back, just click on the backward arrow. And to return to the gallery wall or the information room, just click on the icons in the upper right-hand corner. Now if you see a Tech Tip button light up, well, we have a helpful tip for you. Just click on the Tech Tip button. In this tutorial, you'll find information on how to use Navigator and its broad range of features. What is Navigator? How do I use it? How do I use the toolbar? And how do I get more help? You can move to a specific topic by clicking on it. Navigator provides easy access to all of the features in your computer. In Navigator, your computer is represented as a home with a living room, software room, and info room. You use your mouse to move from room to room and access different features. As you move your pointer around a room, text will appear at the bottom of the screen, telling you about each item in the room. You can get more information about many objects in Navigator by clicking on the Info Guide icon on the bottom left of your screen. Then, click on the object. When you want to move to a different room in the house, click the doorway to that room, or click on the house icon in the upper left corner of the toolbar. The first room you'll see in Navigator is the living room. Here's where you'll access the wide range of home electronic devices that come with your Packard Bell computer, like a fax, telephone answering system, and full stereo system. You turn on these tools by clicking on them with the mouse. You can find out more about these devices in the Using Your Home Electronics tutorial and in your Quick Start Guide which came with your computer. To use your software, go to the software room. It's the doorway on your right. Here you'll find the wide range of software programs that come preloaded on your computer. The software is organized into different categories. Click on a button for a category and its related software appears on the shelves. Another room in Navigator is the info room, the doorway on the left. Here's where you'll find information to help you learn more about your computer. The info room has 4 areas: a gallery wall for lessons and tutorials like this one, a bookcase for electronic software and hardware manuals, the communication center for online services, and a question and answer book for answers to commonly asked questions about your computer. To learn more about the info room, see the tutorial called Exploring the Info Room, or see your Quick Start Guide. Now let's take a look at the Navigator toolbar. No matter where you are in Navigator, you can always click a button on the toolbar to access features, get help, or to jump to another location. To use your stereo, telephone features, and to change the volume of your computer, click the remote control. The Running Man button lets you see which software programs are running. To switch to a different program or to close it, select it on the list. If you want to leave Navigator to do something in Windows, click on the Windows icon. The Preferences button lets you change the features of Navigator, like turning on and off sound or starting out in a certain room. Navigator's Info Guide on the lower left corner of the Help ribbon gives you instant help anywhere in Navigator. When you click on the guide, your cursor will change. Moving the cursor over each item and clicking will bring up a brief explanation of its use. You can get more information or even view a detailed lesson like this one. For more information, you also have the Quick Start Guide with step-by-step instructions to help you with most topics. Hi, and welcome to a brief lesson on using your mouse. Now before we begin, remember you can always use your keys on your keyboard to move around. To return to where you were originally, just press the Escape key. And to move ahead, press the Enter key. If you need help at any time, just press the question mark key. Now we'll introduce you to your mouse and answer some basic questions. Why should I use a mouse? How do I use it? And how do I use the mouse when I'm working with text? To begin with, your mouse is a tool to let your computer know what you want it to do. You use the mouse to point, click, and drag. Go ahead, try moving the mouse. Rest your palm on the round part of the mouse and move it around on the pad. Now you can see how the arrow on the screen mirrors the mouse movement. Now move the mouse so the pointer goes off the screen. To get the pointer back, just move the mouse a bit until it appears on your screen again. Now let's practice pointing. Try to move the mouse so the arrow moves over the blue gear. You click on an object by pressing and quickly releasing the left mouse button while the pointer is over that object. Practice by clicking on the red gear. When you click on an object, it highlights to show you that it's selected and it's ready for the next action you choose. Click on the red gear again to de-highlight or deselect it. Now use the mouse button to click on the forward button on the screen. Try it on the green gear. It may take a little practice to get it just right. The next thing you need to know is dragging with the mouse. You drag an object by pointing to it and holding down the left mouse button while you move the mouse. Practice dragging the gears into place on the blueprint using the mouse. When you're working with text, you can use your mouse to tell the software where you want to work. Move the pointer so it's over the word better in the text on the screen. Notice how the pointer looks like the letter I. This shows you where you'll begin working. You can use your mouse to select a word to remove it. Just move the cursor over the word road and double-click the left mouse button. Notice the word is highlighted. Now press the Delete or Backspace key to remove the word road. You can also highlight a whole line or paragraph. Start at the beginning of what you want to highlight. Hold the left mouse button down while moving the mouse over the first line. Then use your mouse to move the cursor down one line at a time to cover the area you want to highlight. Try it on the sentence on screen. Normally, just like with words, if you press the Enter or Delete keys, you erase whatever is highlighted. Let's keep going through. Let's try changing the letters in a word using the mouse and keyboard. Position the cursor before the O in piston and click the left mouse button. Then press and release the backspace key 3 times to delete the letters T, S, and I. Now type E, R, and S to spell person. Thanks for learning how to use the mouse to point, click, double-click and drag, and to edit text. These skills will come in handy whenever you use your computer. Now, to go over any part of this tutorial and practice using your mouse, just click on a topic. Or you can click on the Gallery Wall button in the upper right area of the control panel to return to the gallery wall. Welcome to an overview for getting service and support from Packard Bell. Now, we want you to get the most value and enjoyment from owning your computer system. That's why we're dedicated to providing the highest quality support in the industry. We'll look at some of the questions you might have. For instance, what is technical support? How do I reach technical support? And how do I access more information? If you want to go directly to one of these topics now, just click on it. Our highly trained technical support group is dedicated to answering your questions. They're available 24 hours a day to get you information quickly. If you need to contact us, there are a few things you can do first to save time. First, register your computer as soon as you can. Then we'll already have valuable information about your system when you contact us. It's also important to locate the system credentials that came with your computer. It can save time and get you up and running even faster. There are a number of ways to reach us. Just pick the one that's most convenient for you. If you have a basic hardware question, we suggest you try Infinitec, our automated phone system with recorded answers to many questions. If you have a more complex problem and want to call us directly, be sure to be sitting at your computer when you call. That way, if we need it, you can help us find further system information. For questions that don't need immediate attention, you can send us a fax. You'll get an answer back from us by fax within 24 hours. Your computer also includes a modem that lets you get in touch with technical support through online services such as Prodigy. Your modem also gives you access to a huge library of information and shareware through Packard Bell's bulletin board system. You can use our bulletin board to transfer software updates, read hardware news, and download shareware. Look in your Packard Bell Quick Start Guide for instructions on how to connect to the bulletin board. Hey, congratulations! You've just learned the basics about getting support and up-to-date information about your computer system. Now, there's more information in your Quick Start Guide. And don't forget, we're always here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, just to answer your questions. Now, at this point, you can go back and review any part of this tutorial, or you can return to the gallery wall by clicking on its icon on the control panel. Oh, hi there, and welcome to your introduction to software basics. Now, to help you take advantage of one of your computer's key elements, we'll introduce you to some basic software concepts. What is software? How do I take care of basic tasks such as opening programs and files? And how do I organize files and folders? If you want to go directly to one of these topics now, just click on it. When you use your computer to write a letter, balance your checkbook, or play a game, you're using different computer software programs. The variety of available software programs makes using your computer fun and productive. Software programs that perform certain types of tasks are often referred to as productivity tools. When you want to write a letter, you use a word processing software program. To balance your checkbook, you use your financial software program. In many cases, a software program will create a file to hold your work. For example, it could be a letter to your sister. With other software programs like games, there's often no need to create files. Let's begin working with software and creating files. First, you start the software program you want to use. In this case, just click on the icon for the word processing program. In some cases, when you start the software program, it automatically opens a new document for you. If you create something you want to save, you can store it as a document in your computer. Most menus for saving files operate the same way. Just find the command that saves your file and select it. It's usually located under the File menu. The File menu usually includes the Quit, Exit, or Close commands. This is what you select to leave the program. Now that you know how to create and save a file, let's look at a way to keep your files organized. You organize your computer files like you organize your paper documents, by placing them in folders. These are named places in your computer's memory where you store related files. Well, we hope this basic information on software will make you more comfortable exploring the variety of software programs available to you. Now, you can click on a topic in this tutorial and review it. Or you can return to the gallery wall by clicking on its icon on the control panel. Hi there, and welcome to an introduction to the broad range of home electronics that are part of your Packard Bell computer. We'll answer some of your questions like, how do I use my home electronics? What are some of their special features? And how do I get more help? If you want to go directly to a specific topic right now, just click on it. Your Packard Bell computer is much more than just a computer. It's a CD player, telephone answering system, a sound system for recording and playing back your own music, a fax machine, and a way to connect to the Internet, online services, and bulletin boards, all integrated within your computer. To use each home electronic device, except online services, just click on the object in the living room, or for access to these electronic devices, click on the media controller. Once you've chosen the electronic device you want to access, the media controller gives you simple button controls. You can also access the media controller on the toolbar anywhere in Navigator. Let's look at using each of your home electronic tools. Just click on the one you want to look at first. Or for access to these electronic devices, click on the media controller. Once you've chosen the electronic device you want to access, the media controller gives you simple button controls. You can also access the media controller on the toolbar anywhere in Navigator. Let's look at using each of your home electronic tools. Just click on the one you want to look at first. Just click on the stereo or on the media controller. Now you can play music CDs as easily as using a real stereo remote. To use software that's on CD, select it from the wall in the software room or from Windows. You can also set up your computer to notify you of all incoming messages and faxes, even when you're using another software program. There are a couple of ways to get to your phone controls. To access the basics, use the media controller. There are a couple of ways to get to your phone controls. To access the basics, use the media controller. When you want to use more advanced features of your call center, click on the telephone in the living room. Within the call center, you'll find commands to use the answering machine and fax. If your system has a speakerphone, to make a phone call, click the keypad button in the call center panel, and then click on the numbers. To receive a call on your speakerphone, click the speaker button and use the microphone or your handset. Or if you're not available to answer the phone, your computer will take a message. To use your sound system, click on the tape player in the stereo, or click the remote control on the Navigator toolbar. You can use the mixer to record, mix, and play back your recordings. When you receive a fax, you can view it on your monitor or print it on your printer. To send a fax, click the fax machine in the living room, or click on the fax area of the Packard Bell call center. Enter the information about the person you're sending the fax to: fax number, company name, and number of pages. Then click on the Send button. When you've received a fax, the mailbox dialog box appears. To connect to an online service like Prodigy, go to the Info room and click on the icon in the Communications Center. You'll find more information about using your home electronics in the Info room. Now, as you can see, your Packard Bell computer is much more than just a computer. Well, I hope we've given you a better understanding of your home electronics. You can click on a topic in this tutorial to review it, or return to the gallery wall in the information room by clicking on the control panel. Welcome to an introduction to Navigator's Information Room. Here you'll find information about your computer, as well as ways to connect to a world of online services like Prodigy. You'll learn how to take advantage of the variety of information resources found here, like how do I use the electronic manuals, how do I use my computer's Q&A feature, what are online services, and how do I use them. You can move to a specific topic by clicking on it. The Info Room is where you'll find Navigator's tutorials, all of the electronic manuals for your computer, and answers to commonly asked computer questions, as well as the online services you can use. When you want more in-depth information about your computer system, you can look in your electronic manuals located on the bookshelves. Depending on the type of question, click on one of the categories to find the answer. Then click on the book you want to open. Each manual is structured to convey its information clearly. The info room is also where you find answers to common questions about your computer. Just click on the book on the table with the question mark on its cover. Then click on the section of questions you're interested in. The Communication Center in the info room is where you can connect to online services. Let's use Prodigy to show how you get started. First, click the Prodigy icon on the top shelf. You'll be taken through the sign-up process and shown how to use the service. Other online services provide the same step-by-step process. Inside Prodigy, you'll see common sense categories to find hundreds of news services and information areas. Okay, you've just learned about the many resources available to you in the information room. You've got the tutorials, the electronic manuals, the system Q&A feature, and the online services. Wow, there's a lot to learn here, so if you want to review something, just click on that topic on the panel, or you can return to the gallery wall by clicking on its icon. Welcome to your introduction to Navigator's software room. Now, this room gives you an easy way to open your software programs. Here's where you'll find answers to these questions. Where do I find the software? What software comes with my Packard Bell computer? How do I start the software? How do I print? How do I install more software? If you want to go directly to one of these topics, click on it. To get to the software room from Navigator's living room, just click on the doorway on the right. There's help available anytime you're working in the software room. Just click the Info Guide icon on the lower left area of your screen. Then click the item you want to know more about. Your computer comes with an assortment of software. Some is already installed on your computer. The rest is run from CDs that you put in your CD-ROM drive. There are personal productivity tools like the spreadsheet and word processor in Microsoft Works. There are unique computing environments like KidSpace and Workspace, plus games and much more. Your software is organized by category. To see the software in a category, click the button on the left. To start a software program, like a game or a word processing program, click on its icon. If you feel like you want to write a shopping list while you're playing a computer game, you can also open a word processing program at the same time. If you're done writing for a while, you can switch back to the game if you like. Just click the Running Man button on the Navigator toolbar. A list of all of the programs you have open appears. Click on the one you want, then click Bring to Front. If you go back and finish your shopping list and then want to print it, go to the File menu at the top of the screen and click on Print. When you buy new software, it's easy to add to the shelves. Click on the plus button in the software room, then click on Install. You'll be led through short, easy-to-follow instructions, and in a snap, your new software will automatically be installed. Congratulations, great work! You just learned how to find and start your software, how to print, and how to install new software. Now you can click on a topic in this tutorial to review it, or you can return to the gallery wall by clicking on its icon on the control panel. Welcome to an overview on using Packard Bell's advanced fast media technology. You can use this feature to access and control your computer's home electronics, like your CD player. You launch fast media from your keyboard or by using the fast media remote control, available with certain systems. If your computer has the keyboard feature only, you may just want to watch the first section of this tutorial. If your system also has the remote control, watching the entire tutorial could be helpful. In this tutorial, you'll find the answers to these questions. What is the fast media keyboard function? What are the remote control functions? And how do I use the remote's mouse emulator? With fast media access from your keyboard, you'll be able to control your CD player with simple keystrokes. If your computer has the telephone answering system, speakerphone, or TV, fast media can control them as well. To launch fast media from your keyboard, press the pause key or the Control-Shift-Pause key command. You can also launch fast media from Navigator. Just click on the key icon in the lower right corner of your screen. Once Fast Media is launched, a function key display will appear on your screen. There are 8 function keys, some of which may be blank if your computer doesn't have that particular home electronic device. To use one of these devices, just click on the related function key. For example, the F4 function key activates the audio CD player. You'll need to have the CD in the CD drive before playing it using the F4 key. Once you've activated the device, you can control it by using keys on your keyboard. For example, use the Enter key to pause or resume playing audio CDs. And use the left and right arrow keys to control volume. If you want to switch immediately from one function to another, just press on the keyboard's function key of the device you want to control. Say you wanted to switch from listening to your music CD to checking messages on your computer's telephone answering system. Simply press the F3 key on your keyboard. The music CD will pause and your phone messages will play back. Another time-saving feature is the F8 function key. By pressing the F8 key on your keyboard or by clicking the F8 key icon on your screen, you can activate the more detailed control display of the home electronic device you're currently using. For example, by pressing F8 after pressing F4, you activate the audio CD player screen display. And if your system has the speakerphone option, you can press F2, then press F8 to bring up the call center display screen. To turn off Fast Media, simply press the pause key on your keyboard or press the key icon in Navigator's right lower screen corner. That's how simple Packard Bell's Fast Media feature is to use. If your system has Packard Bell's remote control, you have another easy way to access Fast Media. You can use it while you're either in Navigator or the Windows environment to control the specific home electronics that came with your system. Let's take a look at the different functions. First, here's where Help Access is located. Pressing on the Help button brings up a labeled display of the remote's buttons. The Phone button enables you to answer and make calls if your system has the speakerphone option. Use this one to play back your telephone answering system messages. And this button turns the SRS 3D stereo sound feature on and off. This CD button plays your audio CDs after you've put the CD in the player. These two activate your FM radio and TV if your system has those features. This last button is reserved for future products Packard Bell will create. Press Menu to view or hide the Fast Media function button display on your screen. This display shows this image of the remote. With the Enter button, you can pause or resume playing your audio CDs. If you have the speakerphone option, you can also select the speed dial display with the Enter button. You navigate the display by using the arrow keys on your keyboard, or you can use the channel selection button on the remote, and then press the Enter button. The next button mutes your system's master volume. Use this button to change your system's TV channels. And you can use it to move between next or previous selections on your CD playlist or your phone messages. If your system has the FM tuner option, you can also change radio stations easily. This button displays on-screen remote functions you've selected, and you adjust volume with this one. Using the numeric buttons, you can enter a TV channel or program number, or you can dial a phone number if you have the speakerphone feature. You can emulate your mouse functions with this unique feature. These buttons act like the left and right buttons of your mouse, and you can move your mouse in different directions with these. Well, that covers the time-saving remote control features. You'll find helpful setup and operating hints in the guide that came with your computer. Congratulations! You've just completed the introduction to your computer's Fast Media feature. Now you have the choice of controlling your home electronics directly from Navigator's living room or by using Fast Media, whichever is more convenient. If you want to review this tutorial, simply click on the Overview panel. If you want to return to the gallery wall, click on that button in the upper right-hand corner of your screen.